And I've got to turn the volume down for that, which takes 1 minute. Hello, people, here in TV land. There we go. We are going to work out, and we are going to use a chair to start out. So we can use the chair in a few different ways. This is a fabulous $8 special that I got at a large box store. So this is a great chair for this type of working out. You might have something fancier with like harder edges. For a long time I did, but I have to say this $8 slippery special is great. So before we actually get down on the chair, let's stand and inhale, stretch up, open up, and exhale, soften and melt, bend your knees. Inhale, open ribcage, lungs, and heart. And exhale, just feeling the space around you. So we're mobilizing into our space, mobilizing in our bodies, reaching up, looking up, arching up, and bend your knees, drop down, relax your head, relax your neck. Inhale, sweep it out and up, lift and open. Exhale, bend your knees, soften back of the body, releasing, let it go. And again, inhale, open and lift. And on the exhale, take it down and shift from side to side. Bend one knee, bend the other. Yeah, it's been actually really chilly up here. It's like 50 degrees out. So I am wearing my big fluffy jacket, which is really getting annoying. Gonna have to come off. Mobility. Let's work our shoulders for a second. Mobilizing our body, mobilizing our joints before we work out is like it's a great way of warming up. You're hydrating the tissue. It's called tissue prep. Getting your tissues ready to move up and over. I was listening to that Huberman podcast about stretching. And as a movement person, it was very dry and lacked a lot of information. Oh, yes, the phenomenological experience of being in your own body can offer us a lot of information that may not be like measurable or quantifiable in a scientific way. So we have to feel into our own bodies sometimes. Let's arch down. So hands on your knees. You can use internal and external rotation in your legs if you want. So we're going to externally rotate, stick out your chest like you're moving your whole body forward and through, all the way down to the floor. Ha, and then roll up. And you can internally rotate. So externally rotate, the front of the body opens and you fold forward all the way down. Relax your head, relax your neck, relax your shoulders, roll all the way up. So we are mobilizing our spines. As we're mobilizing our spine, we are mobilizing all the tissue in our torso. And also, we're doing a lot with our legs if we add this arching, 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 and then bring it together and curl. And if you really want to go nuts, you can lift your toes up, spread out your fingers, arch, arch, arch all the way down, and then toes down, fingers in, and come up. So fingers and toes out, arch, 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 toes down, fingers down, scoop it up. So it's like our body's doing this. Everything's radiating away from center, expanding out as we go down. And then as we come in, it's kind of coming back into itself. So that is what is going on, right? I think we see little hedgehogs do that. They're very relaxed. It's all good. And then, oh, right? These are natural patterns in our bodies, in our nervous systems. Arch down, open, 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 and curl up. We're going to curl down. So we're going to stay in this closed position, down. Then we're going to turn out, reach out through our toes and fingers, arch up, curling and rounding. And this is actually very gyrotonic-y, very gyrokinesis. I did study it. I never certified. So thank you, Julio Horvath, for this great work. Hollow and curl down. Turn it out and open, bring it in, and then turn it out and open up. And the reason I didn't certify was because you had to then teach exactly in the order and the way that they wanted you to teach. And I'm like, that's just not the way I work. I learn things, I integrate them, and then I use them my way. All right, let's do some circles. Ribcage, lungs, and heart. Diaphragm mobilizing. Breathing in through your nose if possible. You can either breathe out through your nose or your mouth. And then change direction, go the other way, circling the other way, mobilizing rib cage, lungs, heart. Breathe. Ha. Organs moving. And then come in and we'll do side side. So I'm going to add legs to the side side. So I'm going to stretch and then come in and then the other side. So in this type of movement, like sort of mobility work is going to emphasize motion, right? We're mobilizing tissues, joints, fascia. We're hydrating the body. Organs are moving. It's all moving. The whole, and it's very sort of systemic work, like, and by that I mean, or system integration work. We're working all the things together. Inhale, open, exhale, soften. Inhale, open, exhale, soften. Active reaching out, and then maybe a little more passive as we come in. Let's go with spirals. So we did our sort of arching and curling forward, backward work in the sagittal. This would actually be vertical plane work because this is the vertical plane. Even though in this version of it, we're emphasizing more of the horizontal side-sideness, it's still got some up-down. Now we're going to spiral, horizontal, twisting, and I'm going to push off of one foot as well and take it a little further. Circling. Inhale front, exhale back. So very much in the horizontal plane, really getting around behind you. So here I've come, this is my sagittal. I want to keep going past that. Through the horizontal plane, all the way around. And I'm finding some free flow in that. Checking out the pea pod up there in her little tower. Everybody else has left the room. We did have the whole contingent in here a little while ago. The mornings are quite exciting in our house with the cats. Everybody's hungry. Everybody has to jump up on the bed and go a little crazy. Everyone has to chase each other around. They're very funny. All right, we're going to grab onto either the bottom of your chair if you don't have a back, or the back of your chair. And you're going to reach your legs out and in. And you're going to point your feet open wide, and then as if you're skimming your feet on the floor. So it's this big kind of circle. This, as I'm doing it, is also kind of massaging through with the edge of the chair, the back of my leg and my hamstring. So there's more action than just what we think is happening. Change direction, out and around. This is a very gyrokinesis, which is a trademarked system. But these moves are very related to that. Also, that is a rond de jambe from ballet. So like nobody, like this is the thing about trademarking systems of movement. Nobody owns movement. We can all do it. We're going to spiral and twist, spiral and twist. You can push one leg and then the other. And things tend to come around in like the collective unconscious where people are working with the same ideas. And it's like people who don't know each other, who've never talked to each other, who've never seen each other, like ideas seem to come in. And then there's a few people working on these ideas around the world, right? Let's circle our heads. If it feels uncomfortable to go back, then don't go back very far, or really support the neck. So I'm not ginching and dropping it. I'm long through my neck, showing off the jewels. And change direction. And then let's do this big fun whole thing together. So it starts sideways. We're going to go sideways into that side stretch. We're going to turn toward the floor, take it down, drop down, circle the arm in the other direction, come up, lift, open, 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 and then spiral around, twist, and pick up the back leg, point your toes. Leg opens, we serve the sandwiches through the middle, and we take it to the side. Big side stretch. Keep going, turn it into the sagittal so you drop down. You can take your arm back and up, arm circling the other direction, open chest, heart, and lungs, look up, and then spiral around and pick up the back leg. Serving the sandwiches to all your friends. Side stretch. Turning into the big lunge, drop it down. Surrender the head, let the head weight totally drop. and then reverse, circle it out and up. Open, arch, look up, spiral around, twist, look behind you, see your toes, open it out, sideways, side stretch, drop it down, circle back, come up, arch, open, spiral, look at your toes, open it out, side stretch, big side stretch, turn into the lunge, drop it down, reverse the direction, arch, open, lift, and spiral around, bend. Serve the sandwiches, over to the side stretch, keep going. Drop it down, surrender. Inhale, lift, moment of exhaltation. Exhale, spiral, check it out. Look around behind you. Open it up. Side stretch. Drop it down. Circle up. Open, spiral. See your toes. So we're making all of these like circles, right? My arm is circling this way, and then it's circling this way, and then it's circling this way, and then it's circling that way, right? We're doing all of these round movements. Okay, let's do it one last time. Over here, because I kind of cut that one off. Drop it down, up and open, and spiral. Look around behind you, open it out. And an extra one last time. Sideways, drop it down, reach it up, and spiral, and open it up. So all of that kind of round movement where we're really mobilizing, getting all of that spiraling into our body is going to be the healthiest stuff for our tissue. Maybe not the healthiest, maybe the most three-dimensional is a way of saying that, right? If we're spiraling, it's naturally, intrinsically, incredibly three-dimensional. So that's going to hydrate the tissue in a much more complex way or integrated way. I don't know the best way of saying that. All right, is there anything else we want to do up here? Let's do a little bit more with that side stretch. So we're just going to go sideways. Let's go sideways and then a little spiral toward the ceiling. Sideways, little spiral up. Doesn't have to be big. It's like barely anything. And I'm pushing into my bottom arm, opening there. A little bit down, a little bit up, a little bit down, a little bit up, lengthen and come all the way up. So what's that doing? It's moving, again, we're moving the diaphragm, but we're also getting that whole side body, our quadratus lumborum, lats, all the things on the side of our torso. Here we soften in a little bit, we take it into a little bit of an arch. Down toward the floor, opening it up. So I'm not necessarily in my deepest side stretch to do that. I'm a little bit up so I can get this mobility in the tissue. Using your breath. And come in and up. And let's come off of the chair and we're going to just relocate it. So I'm going to take my mat, just move it back so that you guys can see. And I'm going to put the chair here. This was like the instant cat calling. He's learning about affection. He's always been a really sweet cat, but like he usually doesn't want to, he wants to be held for like a minute and then he's ready to get down. But he's the kind of cat that there's the other one, right? The whole contention is in here. He's the kind of cat that if you come and touch him while he's sleeping, he instantly starts purring. He's like, oh, people. All right, Gaylord. Let's come onto our backs. You're going to put your legs on the chair. We're actually going to first soften the tissue in our calves. So I'm going to lay down and I'm going to just turn my legs in and out. So I'm getting this internal and a little external rotation, and I'm moving through my calf. So I'm massaging through my calf with the chair, but and I can move my feet a little bit so I can be moving from the inside and the outside. We're doing this for a reason. I've actually been cramping up sometimes in my right calf, and I know that I've got some tightness in there. So I'm just using the chair as almost like a foam roller but to give the tissue in my body. This may be incredibly painful for you. Or it may just be like, if you don't have much sensation, and I think my people in my room actually do, but if you're in TV land and you don't feel your body very much, there may be a lot of tension happening in there that just masks sensation, right? We have neural pathways that we use them and we build them, or we don't use them at all and we don't feel it at all. So the more we engage with sensation with our body and feeling into our body, the more we're going to build these neural pathways. It's also called embodiment, being in relationship with your body, or somatic practice, where you're like, oh, I can feel that. I'm in the sensation of my body. So, and for me, this is like, whoa, it is very full of sensation. So just letting that get into my calves. Most people in our modern society, I would say, have very tight calves. Most people are wearing shoes and walking along flat surfaces all the time. So those two things are going to really limit how much movement there is inside, like the fascia of our calf, which means how much variability and possibility it has is going to be pretty limited by wearing shoes and walking on flat surfaces all the time. Like, that's only going to require certain types of movement. If we were like, you know, jumping around on rocks at different layers and levels and like with different shapes that we have to adapt to, our musculature and our fascia would be forming in totally different ways. All right, that's my lecture on that. Now I'm going to scooch my butt down, and I'm at the edge of my chair with my calf, and I'm just going to start pressing up and lowering down. So this would be like, if my feet are on the floor here, I'm doing that. Now my legs are up on the chair, and I'm also doing that. So the back of the body is starting to work, pressing up and coming down. You can exhale up or inhale up, whatever feels good to you. There is my assistant coming back in. Cats love it when something changes in the room, when something new is in there, like that chair. And these two are going to demonstrate their excellent relationship for you. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up, and then I'm going to go from side to side with my pelvis. Like, it sounds like in my house, it sounds like there's a couple of elephants charging around. So this is like doing a dual purpose. I'm getting the movement with the muscles in the back of my body, but I'm also massaging across the very top of my calf. And I can get more into the outside, into my peroneals this way. So that's really up to you. This is a free form moment. You could just keep going up and down if that feels like, oh, this is what I want to do, go for it. Or you can play with it, getting into your calves a little bit. So this is a moment of independent relationship with your body, where like, oh, there's that thing. Let me see if I can get in there a little bit. Breathing, releasing. What is going on inside? What am I feeling? And then when you're ready, you can come down and come off of the chair and just draw your knees in towards you. You can roll a little bit from side to side, massaging through your back. So back muscles are what had been working. Oh. The Teapot's got to get involved now. All three are going to check it out. And let's go with legs open out to the side. Just circle your feet. Change direction. And Gaylord's the one crying. What is it? Gaylord. When they get into this mode, they pretty much ignore me. Okay, let's come back in, and we're going to try another thing here. I think I'm going to take my socks off for this. So if you are wearing socks and your feet are slippery, you may want to not wear them. You can also see how you feel about this. If it feels dangerous, if your chair is going to slide around, then just be careful. You have to be responsible for yourself and listen in. All right, I'm going to roll up and then I'm going to roll down. So that's hello hamstrings. Rolling up, rolling back down. Articulating through the spine. I'm pushing into my feet. I'm rolling. I'm taking it up almost to a shoulder stand, and then I'm rolling it back down. You could push and unfold and then fold to come down as well. That's another way. The articulation is really nice here to get through your spine. When you get to the top, soften vertebra by vertebra coming back down. Lots of creaky floor action here. Someday I'm going to have a big studio and there's not going to be any creaky floor action. Oh, now Squeaky Deaky's crying too. So at some point, if it feels good, you can take your pelvis up, take your arms up, and just get a little massage up there into your traps, your upper traps, feeling the relationship. If this hurts in your neck or head, don't do it. Listen to your body. Coming down whenever you're ready. Come here. We're going to do one more version of that. So you're going to press up. It doesn't have to be so high this time. You can press up a little bit and just one leg up. Use your arms to help stabilize, and you can point the top foot, relax it, or flex it, whatever you want to do. Just feeling into that. Very hamstring intensive. You could also do this on the floor. Like, right, you could do the same thing. Oh, there's the pea pod. You could do it down here. When we change our relationship to gravity, it's going to change how and what that feels like. So tuning into what that is. All right, let's come down and just do a release from that. Knee dropping from side to side. Open through the middle and close. Let this massage through your back. Releasing your hips. We're using this spiral, this twisting, as a recuperation from that up and down in the sagittal. And let's do one more thing here. You're going to take it so that it's really low, like close to your Achilles, or if you have a chair like this, you can go on the bottom, you can get in there. So either here, right at the bottom of your foot, or down here. Oh, all three of them right in there. I'm just going to turn my legs in and out. So I'm getting into my Achilles. I'm trying to relax my muscles as much as I can. I'm going to do it up here because it feels better. And I'm going to circle my feet. I think that I need like a second camera and a cameraman or woman, a camera woman, following what's actually going on with the cats while my classes are happening. They're so rarely on screen, but usually there's a lot of hilarity and chaos ensuing once things start going on. All right, let's release that and come up. Let's do some more stuff with your chair, but different stuff. So we're going to come up to standing, and you're going to take this is for spinal mobility, hip mobility, ankle mobility. We're going to take our hands on the chair, and you're going to free up your spine. So allowing yourself, you could just cat-cow if that feels good, or you can have more mobility, different free flow movement. If you feel like, oh my God, I don't know what to do here, then wait until you have inspiration. Wait until you feel like, oh yeah, I want to do that. Listen to your body. So this is like building a relationship. So you can hear in and feel what would feel good. Yeah, so my weight is shifting. I'm getting all of this possibilities. I don't have to balance myself because my hands are here, so I can do different things with my legs and feet. I can free up my spine in different ways. I can also like open one side, open the other. Letting my scapula move on my back, letting my collarbones move. So finding this whole relationship between my arms, coming in through my rotator cuff to my collarbones and my scapula. We could also say even to my rib cage, because the scapula is floating around there on the back of my rib cage. Or you can think of the arms as being the wings of the heart or the wings of the lungs. So if I add some kind of push and pull with my arms and shifting this relationship into my torso, into my organs. Yeah, bringing some fluidity, some hydration, some blood flow. It's also lymph that's flowing around in there. There's a lot of things. And as I'm moving my spine, I've got my cerebrospinal fluid. And then in the joints, there's synovial fluid, which is like a lubrication. Okay, so we've done, let's go with lifting up a leg. So lifting up, seeing what can be done as you reach out with that leg. Like take it around, open it up, different locations. Be curious, be exploratory. Yeah, and you can come up so that you're on your hands or on your elbows, whatever feels good to you. And then switch it to the other side whenever you're ready. When we put different demands on our body, we change what's going on inside, right? Like we give our body the capacity to do different things, to try different things. This is great for our brain. If we do the same thing all the time, we get kind of stale in our lives, in our bodies, in our brains, in our energy pattern, right? Which doesn't mean we have to do different things all the time, but we want to have some variety in there. Trying out different stuff. Good. If you feel like you've done enough, even yourself out. I'm just going to go into a calf stretch here. So I'm going to go one and then the other. You can put your leg forward or not. Yeah, I definitely have some weird stuff going on in my right calf, right leg, right knee, which is why I'm doing all of this foot, calf, and ankle stuff. All right, let's come up and let's do some more foot. So I'm going to come onto the hardwood floor because I want a surface that doesn't have a lot of padding so I can really feel my balance. So I'm just going to go up, down, and then I'm going to lift one foot, lift the other foot. Press up, lower, lift, lift. So if you see it from the side, it's up, down, one foot, the other. And I am leaving my heel on the floor. Press, lower, alternating sides, lift, lift. Press, lower, flex, flex. Press, lower, flex, flex. Good. Relax that. Circles with your knees, circles with your feet. They can be far apart or close. Listen to your body. Where is the right place? Changing direction. Yeah, even holding my knee, I can feel that there's something going on with that leg. And I think it is really coming in from some tightness in the back of my calf. So I'm trying to get this mobility through my foot and ankle to release those muscles. Good. Shake it all out, let it go. Let's inhale up, interlace, and just side side. Stretching one way, stretching the other. Good. And then we're going to take it down to the floor. Get rid of your chair. I feel like anywhere I put my chair right now is dangerous because of the cats. I'm going to stand it up back here. Although they're all pretty calm at the moment. All right, let's take it down onto the floor. A little bit more abs. with these big leg circles. So hands underneath your butt or not, circling your legs up, out, down, and in. So we have some new teachers at the pole studio, and so we've been doing some new conditioning exercises, and I have to say, my abs are so sore. Like my abs are almost never sore. I do so much of my own stuff, but this was intense stuff, like holding onto the pole, legs up and down, legs in pikes, and then invert up and down, up and down, up and down, just repeating like getting your legs up. So it was a lot of full ab core work, which to be honest, I couldn't do what she was doing. Like she did 3 with the knees bent, 3 in a pike, and then 3 popping your legs all the way up. And like I could do each of them, but I had to take a break between each set of 3. I couldn't just keep going like she could. But I gotta say, this girl is ripped. Holy crap. Anyway, let's change direction. Flex it as you come out and up. You can point as you go down. Yeah, and she's close to my age. She's a few years younger than me. Last one. And then let's go with a spiral, legs going one way, head in the opposite direction. Big twist. So now, like we were doing those twists while we were seated. Now we're doing these same twists, but we're laying on the floor. Not the same twists, a different version because we're stable on our top. We're mobilizing the bottom, but it's still a spiral. Straight legs if you want to make it harder. Use your arms and your back. So arms, back, torso, all working together. And then bring it in. And let's roll over all the way onto your belly. And we're going to just do a baby cobra. So inhale up and exhale down. Inhaling and exhaling. Using your breath. No hands, just going as far as you can go. And then you're going to connect your hands in the next ones. Come as high as you can, connect your hands, press up. So this is where I really feel Katie decided to do it too. In his version. This is where I actually feel how sore I am when I'm in the stretch. It's like, oh. And we want to make sure that after we've like really worked something in a new way or more than usual, that we do stretch it out so that when those muscles rebuild, they don't rebuild tighter. Because like when we get really sore, that's what it is. The muscle is little micro tears, and then it builds it builds itself up. So when I don't want my micro tears to now make me tighter. I want to keep opening up. Last one. This time you can feel free to bend your knees, try to touch your toes to your head. Breathe into it. And then take it back into a child's pose. Wiggle around, let it go. And let's take it forward. Let's do a plank. This can either be a forearm plank or a regular plank, whatever feels good to you. Just finding your plank. We're going to cross one leg under and take that into a side plank. Bring it back, coming in. Crossing a leg under, side plank, bring it back. You can do this in your forearm plank as well. Cross, open, lower, bring it in, cross, open, lower, bring it in. Maybe feeling your obliques as you go through that twist. And bring it in, cross, open, lower, bring it in. If you aren't in your forearms, come down to your forearms, try it there. Cross, open, arm down, leg, cross, open, arm down, leg, cross, open, arm down, leg. Last one, open, down, bring it in, come down to the floor. Head on your hands, curl your toes under, push up and down. Relax your head, relax your neck, relax your chest, bend your knees and let your legs fall from side to side. Massaging through the front of the quads, relax your back, relax your feet. Let this be very easy. Free flow energy. So minimize the tension in the body, just let it go. Letting your legs move side to side like waves crashing from one side to the other. And then let's come in. Tops of the feet down on the floor, arms out to the sides, circles right out to your side with your arms. Breathing into it. And then change direction. Lift everything up, arms and legs, float it around. Hands next to your chest, arch all the way up, bend your knees back, curl your toes under, take it into a downward dog, bend one knee, bend the other. Again, calf, Achilles, release, taking one leg up as high as it will go. Let me move forward. We're going to pulse it up, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release it down. Switch it to the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release it down. Lift your heels high, scoop your belly in, roll it forward into a plank, lowering down in 10 counts, going 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come in for a landing. Tops of the feet on the floor. Push out through the heels of the hands. Spread your fingers. Circles. Breathing into it. Change direction. And then we're going to spiral one way, spiral the other way. Spiral out, spiral in, spiral out, spiral in, spiral out, spiral in. Hands next to your chest. Arch, 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 open, look up. Bend your knees, take it all the way back. Curl your toes under. And let's push forward into a plank here. Take your butt up to the ceiling, into your dog. Bend one knee, bend the other. Taking the leg up again, pulsing for 8, as high as you can go. Try to feel the balance between the hands and the foot on the floor, so you're balanced down there in this triangular connection to the earth. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release it down, switch it to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Both feet down, lift your heels, round your spine, roll it forward into your plank, 10 counts to lower down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time, we're going to bend one knee, grab on. You can also do this on your side. If you need to do it here, that's fine. Here, also fine. Heel in towards your butt, stretching your quad. Breathe. Then you're going to kick it up. So you're in a half bow. Opposite arm and leg come up. Reach, 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 and open. And release it down. Other leg in. Heel in towards your butt. Pubic bone connected to the floor. And then reach it out and up. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And release it down. Hands next to your chest. Arch up. Take it back into your child's pose. Let go. Shift around a little bit side to side. Soften your spine. Melt. And let's come onto our butts. Just going to grab a sip of water. If I have too much coffee and not enough water in the morning, I get crampy. In my muscles. All right, Coming down, you can do this on your back or on your butt. We're going to do ankle to knee pose. You can leave one leg straight or not, either fold under or not, whatever you feel like you want to do. Breathe into it, take it forward. Oh, hello. It's been a long time since I've seen you, ankle to knee pose. Breathe, melt, surrender. And then release and unscramble. Give it a little shake, rotate in and out. Switch it to the other side. So in the Huberman podcast, he talks about like stretches, like 30 seconds being this optimal amount to stretch. I mean, he also later says maybe longer, but we're all different, and every day is a different day in your body. And like how long it might take you to get somewhere could be different from day to day. So it could be like it might be 10 seconds one day, 40 seconds another day. Listen to your body. Feel like, am I getting there? Breathe into it, melt, release. Listen to your own body. One way to decide what that is to like, if I start up here and then I spend some time in it, I can kind of get down to where my maximum is for today. And then I can go, okay, let me just hang out here a little bit and see if I can find some spaciousness, maybe some tiny micro movement in there, just so I can adjust a little bit in that deeper stretch. And then I can go a little further. So maybe that's a way to kind of consider where and how long you should be stretching. Undo it, give it a bang, release. Yeah, it's weird. What I'm feeling in my right leg is kind of like this. It doesn't have the same fluidity as my left leg. So a couple things that I've been doing that are different are running a little bit. And one of the, I was running in some shoes that really were not running shoes at all. And so it could be from that is bumming me out. Or maybe I've just had too much hubris in my activities. Open it up, thinking I can do anything. Let's take it over to the side. Sometimes when we get a little too I can do anything, especially as we get older, we need to slow down and melt. Take it down to your leg. Slow down, calm down, back off a little bit, be more intelligent about the movement. Let's walk it into center here. I see Susan has popped off. Over to the other side. And then take it down. And walk it into center. Breathe into it. And then push the floor away and come up. Bring it in. Bang up your legs, bang them up and down, rotate in and out. Let the tissue all soften. You can also give it a little pounding, right? Okay, wake up for me, leg. Clear out the stuff you don't need in there. It's interesting. It's usually my left leg that's having more problems. So it's funny when it shifts to the dominant side. All right, let's slide legs in. You're going to take your knees toward the floor forward and then heels towards the floor as you go backward. Moving forward and backward. And then taking your butt up to the ceiling, standing on your legs, shifting from side to side. Head, neck, and shoulders relaxed and easy, feeling the weight shift from one foot to the other, letting that ripple through your spine. Completely relax your head, let it really drop down. Come into center, shake it no, nod yes, bend your knees, coming all the way up to the top. Inhale, open. And exhale, just give it a little shake to come down. Anything you need to get rid of, anything you need to release, let it go. Inhale, open. Exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Inhale, open. And exhale, let it go. All right, that is it for the live stream happening on Monday mornings at 9, probably like 9:05. Thursday mornings at 10, probably like 10:05. Saturday mornings at 9:30, probably like 9:35. So feel free to tune in for those. And then the somatics classes are happening Wednesdays at 11:30 and Mondays at 4:30. And that's a shorter, like half an hour dive into presence with yourself. So feel free to join me and like and subscribe. I'm ending the live stream.